Hey guys, welcome back to Games Mod. So we are here with the Nova Blaster. I believe it was designed by Dr. Flux, and this was 3D printed by Joe at Xbox Games. Now, I want to go over this blaster for a few reasons. One, he saved my butt at Ragnarok Oktoberfest for the Stalking Dead because I had taken a blaster that was underperforming and I couldn't really um, make it hit up to the 120, 130 mark FPS wise for the Stalking Dead part of Ragnarok Oktoberfest. So at the Blaster Expo, I went over to Joe and he said, go ahead and take this, borrow it, and you can use it. And I said, okay, great, thanks. And then he said, just go ahead and keep it. I was like, oh, okay, even better, thank you. So he actually included the blaster and a 3S LiPo, which we've used before in other blasters. But it's a really cool blaster, and the funny part was during the HVZ portion, this thing got a lot of good hits on the zombies that were playing, and it actually got them so well that they thought it was hitting hotter than it should have been. I mean, regardless, we chronographed, everybody's blasters, including this one, and an Outlaw, which he also gave me something for, which is pretty cool. He gave me these cylinders. This the Ragnar 2023, so very cool. So I had the Springer that was shooting about 90 to 100, because it's the Outlaw. It was unmodded, along with the Nova here. And I had this thing on a sling, and then I had my Outlaw in a pouch, and I did pretty well. I lasted until basically the sun went down, because once the sun went down, I couldn't see my darts. So there went my vision, and then I got tagged by a zombie. But regardless, it was a great event nonetheless. But this blaster is very cool. It looks like it would feel weird just because it's a different handle than we're used to, a different grip feel, but it's actually very comfortable. This is a micro switch trigger, which is very nice. You have your mag release right here, and you have your main trigger right here, of course. It's got some Picatinny rail up here, and that's about it. No N-strike attachment because it's a 3D printed blaster. But other than that, it's very cool. Now, one more thing I wanted to note. I can't show you at the moment. I'll probably do it in a short later on. But these parts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually undo those, take these plates off on both sides, and you can buy different colored sides and actually switch them out, which would be very cool. I'll probably do that in a short later on. I think he's gonna actually send me one, and when he does, I'll do a short on it to show you. But that's a very cool idea for that. But to get into it, this is a semi-auto blaster, and it takes the 3S that it came with. And to get into there, you just undo this part right here. And you got your wiring in there, of course. And just line up, make sure the red goes with the red, black goes with black as usual. Let's see here. Hold on, it's hard to tell. I think that's right. Yep, there we go. And then probably the hardest part of this whole thing is just trying to fit this back in here. Because I remember when he handed it to me, I actually opened it to charge the battery, and I was like, that thing is wedged in there, man. But I think I can get it back in here. Let's see. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Kind of push that up. So put the wiring next to it, I believe. On the side. And it should. It is a very snug fit, but it will be worth it. I do believe we are in. Cool, just like that. And there we go. So when I chronographed it there, it wasn't in between, I think I constant 125 and 130. It was right at the top. They actually had me, one of the zombies actually said it was hitting hard, so they actually pulled me out of the game and had me re-chronograph it, and it was hitting between like 120 and 130, so it was right at the cap there. I think the highest it hit was 139 on one dart. Now the darts that we were using, they were the worker, I guess, Gen 2 ones, these yellow ones. Just because they had these mostly left over from the last event, so we were using these. So I'll test with these for our tests, as well as some Gen 3 pluses, and see what the difference is, because I actually haven't tested with these yet. So I'm a little interested to see if it's the same FPS or a little bit more, just because of the dart. But first we have to do our check with all the magazines. I was using my codas in them, so I know they work. Let's get our magazines out here. Alright. So here's a little 10 round. It's a little fat, but it works. It's a little snug just because of the fat lips. 15. A little bit less snug, but you know, still a good fit. You can actually pull that out if you really want to. Here's the Dragon Claw one, the new one from the Seagull. That's a pretty cool look. The Unicorn one actually fits pretty nice in there. Yeah. Your 18 curved from Worker. That feels nice. Codas, of course, which I was using. There's a little bit of a wobble just because it's so long, but you know, it is what it is. Of course, Hitachi, same issue, wobble because it's so long. The Strife X mag. Yep, seems to fit in there. Omnia Pro Dart Zone. That actually works in there too. And then the X-Shot long shot one. That was a little loose. Probably not the best fit. Let me make sure that wasn't a fluke with this one. No, that one fit. Okay, so the X-Shot long shot one does not work in the Nova here. So there's that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the door. I'll test the yellow Gen 2s first. These guys, I'll test 10 of these shots, and then we'll switch over with test 10 of these shots. I'll probably use the 15 because it felt better than the 10. Yeah, let's go to the door. All right, guys, here we are at the door with the Nova. You can see we have our favorite target, Michael and Sam there watching. We have 10 of the Worker Mod 2.0 darts in there, the yellow ones. Basically the ones that I was using at Ragnarok Oktoberfest during the HVZ event. So we're going to put 10 over the chronograph here and see what we get. We should be getting high 120s, low 130s. and we're out. Now, first off, these are new darts. So the ones that I tested with were used, so they were probably hitting a little bit lower, and it was very humid when we were playing. So that's also a factor. So it's shooting high now because these are new Gen 2 darts. But yeah, so I think that average was what? It's not like 144 one, I believe. But it was like 137 average, right? 135, 137, something like that. So about that mark. Let's go ahead and load up 10 of the Gen 3 Pluses and see what we get with those. Alright guys, reload the mag up with the Gen 3 Pluses. Let's see what kind of FPS we get with these guys. I'm hoping to break 150 with these. We'll see. We'll see what we get. 44. One bad dart. 145. 143. 143. 145. 142. 147. 144. 145. And we're out. Those actually got stuck a little bit, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, I have no clue why. Channel's clear and everything. You can actually see down the you can actually see down the barrel here. It's actually very open. And in there you can actually see the out, almost all the way out. But I think we saw like high of 148. So I would say an average of 145, which is good. A little bit better than the Gen 2s, of course. We didn't hit past 150. But regardless, this is a very cool blaster, in my my humble opinion. Xbox does sell these on his site. I think they're $200 around there. So if you don't have one and you want to go pick one up, I highly recommend you do. They're fun. They're great for HVZ. Just make sure you're using old darts because with new, like you saw, it hits a little bit harder. And depending on your FPS cap for your HVZ event. Other than that, guys, I think that's all I got for you for tonight. And if I don't see you before Halloween, but I think I will, have a safe one. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, bring Nerf with you. But yeah, please like, follow, share, subscribe, all the stuff that YouTube makes you do to follow me in my Nerf journey. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.